Let's sip and converse.
Let's talk about sip and converse.
Welcome back to another episode of Sip and Converse, where we just don't talk about life.
We talk about everything.
And we unpack everything. Like some of y'all might be unpacking that sick. Oh, never mind. I ain't gonna tell your business. That's your business. If the Modelo's are calling your name, that's your business. What's been going on, Crib?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be back on the set with you for another episode.
Another indeed as well. And today, we got a fun, hot, serious, not so serious, but good topic.
Yes. Can't wait to jump into it.
You know, and the topic for y'all this way, we just gonna jump into it. What is your hot button?
Ooh wee.
What's your hot button? If you sitting at your job right now, listening to this podcast, and your hot button is on the other side of your cubicle, don't let them see you looking at them.
or if you're about to late, waiting to catch that big bass, and if that's your hot button while you're out there right now.
Or if your hot button is in the same room with you right now, just stomp your feet.
or as my pastor would say, just look at your Bible or your Bible watch, your Bible app.
We're not trying to set fire to your hot button.
No,
because that is why it's hot. So what's a hot button first? Before we dig deep. Like before we start talking, what is a hot button?
Oh, a hot button can mean many things, man.
Yeah, especially this day and age. But I'll start. You stay over there with that one. I can tell in your tone. You like, like you reminiscing over there. No, hot button. Hot buttons I'm talking about.
Okay.
The hot buttons I'm talking about is something that's either emotional.
Oh. You on my cheat notes.
Mental. Spiritually.
Or
what?
Controversial.
Yeah. And what it does, the hot button reveals you to yourself.
Oh, man.
So what's your what's the hot button?
What's the hot button? What is my hot button?
What is one of we can kick off like that.
Okay.
What's an everyday hot button?
Everyday hot button?
Everyday hot button.
I don't think I have no everyday hot button.
I used to have an everyday hot button.
Really? What was it?
It was when Krispy Kreme donuts used to have that hot sign. That was my hot button, baby. That was my hot button. Come on through.
Man, that was a hot button in my house. Not for me. But my wife I ain't trying to put her business out there, because since she's not on the set, I'm going to put her business out there.
There's going to be a hot button.
Man, she used to tell me, that hot button is on, like, you need to find another street to drive down, because we be buying no Krispy Kreme every day.
But yeah, that used to be my hot button back in the day.
So I take you don't ride by a Krispy Kreme every day.
You know, they done changed the flavor.
Really?
Yeah. Last time I had a Krispy Kreme donut, it was a hot button. I was ready to go. I went back in there. Like, this is not what I grew up tasting.
Okay.
But nah. That was nah. They not hot no more.
So what's your new hot button?
My new hot button? Which button? Fun examples of hot buttons for me would be when you're traveling in the great city of Atlanta.
Okay.
Or in the great state of Georgia.
Okay.
And you in those 4-lane highways.
4 lanes.
The right lane is for getting on and running below the speed limit.
Gotcha.
My hot button is that joker to jump in that left lane.
Mm-hmm.
They want to drive in the left lane like they drive Miss Daisy on Sunday. The speed limit is 70. Why are you doing 55 in the left lane?
Oh.
But folks that's from Atlanta know if the speed limit 70, you got to do 20 more.
20 more?
You got to do 20 more or you the hot button for everybody else.
I thought it was at least 10 more. It's 20 more.
When the last time you drove downtown doing rush hour? Before it become back bumper to bumper. Because, you know, it's a window for those that live in Atlanta, live on the south side. If you got to go into Atlanta in the morning to work, You have to be in your car at 6:30 moving to be ahead of the traffic to where you see the headlights coming behind you. If you get in that car at 6:35, you ain't getting to work at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
But the front of the rush hour people are the runs that got to run 70, 80, 90 to get to where you're getting to.
Well, I haven't had the opportunity.
Well, you know, everybody ain't like you. You wake up when you get tired. When you're tired of sleeping.
Okay.
So what's one of your, going back to you, okay, what's one of your hot buttons?
One of my hot buttons is it's about integrity.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't stand a person to lie to me when they know I know they lying and they continue on lying to me.
They may not know you lying, man. In their mind, the liar thinks the liar is believing their own lie. And they know in their mind that you don't know what they talking about.
That's a lie.
That's the hot button. It's I think, you know, for the most part, let's be honest, everybody got a hot button. If you on here listening now and you say you don't got no hot button, that might be your hot button because you're lying.
Somebody might be hot with us right now because we ain't jumped into the subject.
We still talking about the subject. See if they just listening too slow. we already said the topic. We talking about hot buttons.
Hot button, that is true.
But your hot button is like the integrity piece. That's a hot button. So when you come across somebody that's tinkering on touching that hot button,
yes,
how do you normally react?
Well, the law enforcement side of me comes out. My previous occupation,
Mm-hmm.
and our executive producer on the set, he knows what I'm talking about. When I know they lying,
Mm-hmm.
I start asking some open-end questions
Mm-hmm.
that they know they have to answer the truth to.
Gotcha.
But guess what they start doing? Oh no, guess what they continue on doing?
What, lying?
Continue on lying.
So in situations like that, how do you, we know how we want to react to that, but at that time, do you still value the relationship, or do your core value of integrity and your decision making become more principled? Like, do you give them grace? Do you call it out? Do you finally say, "Hey, dog, why you lying?" Or do you continue to try to handle it with soft landings?
That's a great question. It varies.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by it varies, it depends on how long I've been interacting with that person.
Gotcha.
So if it's someone brand new, I give them grace, and I try to bring them back around to, hey, you're not being truthful right now, so let's be transparent with each other, and let's not let this happen again.
Mm-hmm.
If I done, been around this person for 6 months or plus, and to continue on doing the same thing, the grace period is gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just being upfront with them. I'm cutting through the chase because I'm not allowing you to make me hit my hot button all the time.
Yeah. And one of mine kind of go with yours, with not just the integrity piece, but the and the lying piece, but the part of the individual to say, let's circle back,
Mm-hmm.
but they never circle back, like the follow through.
Yes.
Because you get dealing in what we deal with as far as business and relationships and friends. Don't tell me you're going to hit me back and then I never get to follow up.
Yes.
So yeah, that's definitely one of my hot buttons, but it also, how we respond to those buttons being pressed is key.
Yes.
Because, we talking about a hot button. Some folks got hot control panels. Anything set them off.
Yes.
So in the past, like now that you know that one of your hot buttons is that integrity piece, what's been your role of, I don't want to call it recovery, but what's been your journey of, now that you know what it is, how you go forward and entering that situation? So you can stay with the same person like you stated.
Yeah.
How do you go back to either having to do business with them? Because some people you can't cut off. still got to do business with them, but that's how they
Exactly.
operate.
Exactly.
So how do you prepare to go back to the next visit of what you know you about to have to deal with?
Oh, man. For you believers out there that's listening, and even your non-believers, I'm going to tell you, man, it comes with a whole lot of prayer and fasting.
You see, when you say a prayer, you see I had to look down.
I'm not no pastor or minister or anything, but I do follow direction. It comes with a lot of prayer and fasting. And of course, you know this too. Outside of reading my Bible, man, reading books when it comes to working with different personalities of people. Because like you just pointed out, some people and some things you just can't avoid. You're going to have to deal with people with that type of mentality and mindset. So you're going to have to read. You're going to have to do those things because you just can't avoid it.
Can't avoid it, especially leaders. Now we were talking about some personal hot buttons and laughing on as we carrying it on from our listeners.
Yeah.
One thing about hot buttons as it relates to leadership positions and relationships, hot buttons can cost you influence.
You are so right. You're so right. I when I was preparing for this talk, I didn't think about that. That is good, Larry.
Because if people are looking up to you and you're, let's say that you know your personal hot buttons, but you also know your reactions to those hot buttons.
Yes.
If you're a person in leadership or organization, or you leading people, and every time someone comes with you with the issue or problem or suggestion, and that's your hot button, and you explode, now you begin to lose your ability, because we all know that one word definition of leadership is influence.
Yes. Yes.
At a certain point in time, people will stop wanting to deal with you. And if you own a company, and I've seen that happen to small businesses, where the owner of the small business hot button was customer service, but how you in a customer service business when your hot button is dealing with people?
Yes.
And I saw their business go out of business because of their attitudes and actions towards individuals. Because I don't have to come to you. We would, let's take barbershops. Simple.
Yeah.
Every time you turn a corner, there's another barbershop.
Yeah.
Some barbers get the attitude of you need them more than they need you.
Yes.
So your appointment is at 10 o'clock and they don't want to cut your hair until 10:30, but you got there at 10.
Yes.
And then they burn your time like it's not important.
Absolutely.
I don't have to serve you in the capacity of paying you to cut my hair when I pass 3 other barbershops to come to yours.
Exactly.
So the leadership piece of it.
And the word influence you mentioned too, there's other people that's always watching us, and there's people that's watching us that look up to us that we don't even know about.
Talk about it.
And so, if we go off the chain, so to speak, because someone hit our hot button, then we done disappointed somebody who looked to us that we influence based on our leadership position, and we're responsible for that. We talked about on another previous podcast that based on our success, we're responsible for what we influence the community, even though a lot of people don't want to take on responsibility, but it comes with that. And so when you use that word influence, man, yeah, our hot button is something that we got to keep in mind too, that we influencing people, our kids, if we have them, our grandkids or nieces and nephews. And again, people we don't even know. And so it's up to us to manage our hot button.
And two, that comes with knowing what your hot buttons are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And two, sometimes we have to realize what our hot button is may be the hot button for the other person. So from a leadership and influence standpoint, like being disrespected or feeling ignored, we can be moving along in our daily lives, and that goes for anybody, whether you're a business owner, whether you're just an average person, like DJ stated. you have people that's looking up to you that you don't know is looking up to you. And you see it with little kids. They want to they want to come and give you a hug, or they want to tell you a story. Because I do it with my daughter. She might be like, Dad, and I had to learn. Because they're excited to see you. Your hot button may be, I just got off this work call. I just came in the house. Let me sit down and decompress for a second. But your kid is like, Daddy, I want to see. If you ignore them.
Yes.
To go through your normal process of decompressing, that quick ignore, that all you had to do is recognize, hey baby, I see you. Okay, good. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. That saves so much, what's the word I'm looking for? That saves so much animosity.
Yes. With
your child from just, hey, I recognize you.
Yes.
Because one of my hot buttons has been ignored. You know, you walk into a store or a restaurant to get service, and I'm standing there, and the person walk by, and they don't even just say, I will be with you in a second.
I know what you mean.
I'm 6'2", 265.
Red bone.
I was about to call myself red bone. I won't put no advertising out there. I'm 6'2", 265. I'm a big dude. So if I'm standing up here at the counter, you can't tell me you didn't see me standing here. For 5-10 minutes, it seemed like eternity. You walking back and forth.
Yeah.
That being ignored is a hot button. So I've learned, because we were talking about learning your own hot buttons.
Yes.
That if I'm with my wife, we had it happen the other day. I told my wife, baby, you know what? You talk to them. I'm about to come over here and step back, because if I say something right now, like if I have to speak now.
Yes. I know what you mean.
It's going to be a whole, it ain't going to come out Bible-like. I'm going to turn the other cheek. So I know my hot buttons. So when those hot buttons are being dialed up, I know now I got to helpmate my lovely wife. Baby, you handle that call right there. Because if I got to get back on this call, you handle it first.
Well, what do you do when you're by yourself and that happens?
I just look at them and be like, you know what? I don't even want your service no more. I just leave.
Okay.
I just leave.
Even if it's something that you need?
Even if it's something I need. I leave and go find another person to help.
Okay.
And if it's not anyone else there to help, I just leave. I'm like, I'll come back and get it later. Instead of dealing with that person at that time, because I also have to remember that person could be having a bad day.
Absolutely.
So I can't let my bad day impact their bad day.
I'm glad you pointed it out, especially for our listeners too, because sometimes we can think our day is all about us. And a lot of times we overlook that whoever we're dealing with could be having an awesome day.
A worse day than what we have.
Absolutely.
Could have just lost loved ones. Could have just, anything could happen. And because we didn't get the service that we expected, like we thought we should have got at that point. Yeah. You still got to handle it with grace.
Yes.
Because if not, you got two hot button people. Two hots don't make it right.
So don't.
Two hots don't make it right.
And you know, in that situation, what I've learned to realize over the past few years, Crib, is that even when I'm treated in that situation like you did, I just learned to still go through it and just walk away and say a small prayer. No prayer is small. Just walk away and say a prayer for the individual.
Yep.
Whatever they're going through, help them get through that situation.
Right. Because the hot button and my W-2 people, when I get ready to say this, if you listen to this at work, you probably know it, and you probably done had it happen to you. Being challenged publicly. Where you're in a meeting, and what's said to you in that meeting could have been something that should have been said, pulled to the side. You see that with some couples, you be out and about and the couple get into it in front of you, and you be feeling bad for the couple. Not just feeling bad for the man or just feeling bad for the woman, but their whole family, because some situations blow up publicly that should have been held, and conversations should have been held privately.
True. What do you have to go back to what you brought up in that meeting when something should have been said, pulled to the side? What do you have for our listeners for that?
Which version? Because I'm being transparent. I done did it both ways in the meeting. I done did it both ways and pause. I done responded both ways in meetings. I've been a person in the meeting that got disrespected and I got with you right then and didn't care.
Okay. You went College Park.
I went College Park. Then I had to remember I am 6'2",
Red bone.
265. So when I sit up at my table now, they ready to call security. I've been told, he's just passionate. When I want to be passionate, I'm just matching it. As people like to say these days, I'm just matching energy.
Yeah.
You crunk, I'm crunk. You laid back, I'm laid back. But what I've done in the future, I always pause before responding. Because oftentimes people can respond back with things or certain reactions that you can't take that back.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what you stated. You have people that's looking up to you that you may not know that are looking up to you on how you handle things.
Yes.
So in my situations, when I have issues with managers, I'm not a manager where I work at my W-2. I've gotten into disagreements with my manager, but what I do is save them for he and I.
Gotcha.
Because what I don't want to do is set the precedence for the other individuals that might be looking up to me, hear how I respond to the manager, and now they also lose respect for the manager.
Gotcha.
Because of the way I've possibly spoken with him.
That's very important.
So I pulled that manager to the side. I had an incident one time. Manager got real flip at the lip, like real flip at the lip in an email form. And my response back, this is before I paused. My response back was like, check your tone. It don't translate over well on the email. And that was the only sentence in the email. But he was my manager. So then I got a response back from him. Can we have a phone call? I responded back, bet. This is supposed to be professional. So my email said, bet. Because, my button had been pressed.
So you couldn't say sure?
No, sure. I didn't hit him back with what time works best for you. Bet. Run it.
Straight street, huh?
Run it. So he called and we had our conversation. But by the time he called, I came back to my senses. And I was like, you know what? Let me snatch the legs from his argument. So I said, before we get on this call, let me apologize for not meeting this deadline that you asked me to meet you on. So he couldn't argue that point. But I said, but with all due respect, my name is this, my name ain't that, and I named his son. And I said, therefore, like I respect you to respect me. So we had a heart-to-heart, but come to find out, like we talked about earlier, he opened up and he was under a lot of stress. So the reaction that he gave me was not what I did. It was the outside pressures that he was, outside and internal pressures that he was going through.
Yeah.
That caused him to respond to me that certain way. So it all comes back to clarity. You got to have that conversation to clarity because you never know what somebody else is going to, which garners those reactions and those responses for those hot buttons.
And in that moment, you could have let him know that please don't transfer those pressures that you receive on.
Oh, you know I did. We had a good heart to heart. I was still employed, so that. But those are things that we as adults gotta understand and realize that, like you stated earlier, Crib, we never know what the other person going through. So the reactions that you may be receiving is not because of you.
Yeah.
And those hot buttons may be being tagged because of whatever they got going on.
Yeah. Well, one of the hot buttons I want to bring up before we wrap this episode up is I don't know if a lot of people expect for us to spend a lot of time on this, but you know, the early part of my lives, you know, you could be with the person of the opposite sex from a male point of view, and they would tell you, "Ooh, that's my hot button."
Well, in my early part of life, all you had to do was walk in the room.
Excuse me, Denzel.
Don't tell nobody.
The red bone version of Denzel. You had it like going on like that?
Nah, brother, my hot button back then, before I got married, but that's part of the reason why I got married to the woman I got married to.
I hear you.
It was certain fragrances.
Oh, okay. Natural or man-made?
A combination of two.
Okay.
Because when you say natural, you gotta specify.
Talk about it.
Because natural could be musty. I don't want.
No. Some women like a musky man. When he come back,
they like a manly smelling man.
Yeah, when they come back from playing sports or whatever. Not long term, but they like to smell that.
They like smell like you've been out there cutting down pine trees.
Yeah.
But they came out with a whole man-made fragrance line that make you smell like oak and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But yeah, hot buttons. Now going back to your statement, you said back in the day.
Yeah.
Are you talking about your hot button or the lady hot button that you would press?
The lady hot button.
Well, my bag of tricks back in the day, hot button, still works today with your wife, is just paying attention.
Ooh, okay.
That's the simple truth.
Nothing physical.
Nothing physical. Because women like to be stimulated mentally first.
That is so true.
I had to learn with the 5 love languages that physical touch don't always mean the physical touch I thought. My wife just wanted to sit beside me and just hold. Back in the day, physical touch was touch.
And see, a lot of men are still falling short of that.
Yep. You got to learn them love languages.
Yeah.
Because once you learn your love languages, those will be your hot buttons.
And that's not just with your mate. It's just with people in general.
People, period. Whether your co-workers, your staffs. But what was your hot button since we got about a minute and 30 left?
Similar to yours, just walking in the room, being attentive, just being engaged. And one of the main reasons that I'm married to the person I'm married to today, just being engaged, paying attention.
Right.
And not expecting it to be all about me. Now,
College, my hot button, I will tell y'all, because all the fellas going to agree. Can I give you a massage? That was back in the day.
We're going to just leave y'all right there.
Come back for more.
And put in the chat, what is your hot button?
What's your curious. Hot button? And once you put your hot button in the chat, follow it back up with how you handle it now.
Yes.
So our hot button is like, ding, share, ding, subscribe. Ding. Tell a friend that your podcast was on, the Sip and Converse was here.
Yes.
And we talked about what is your hot button. And with that, see you on the next episode. Peace.